is going on, Aries? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct, and this is going to be your reading for the month of July. Now, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things that help the channel out and lets me know that you're watching and this does help you in some type of way. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can always check out your rising or moon sign or one of the previous readings that I did for Aries. Now, this Aries reading will also apply to your rising and moon sign, just in case you were wondering. Other than that, you guys should check me out on IG if you don't already follow me. That's Chris Anthony 14LBS, Chris Anthony 14 pounds. And I do have personal readings open to the public. If you guys want a more personal experience with me, email me about that. That will be in the description of the video. Other than that, we're going to be hopping in, and this is going to be your present energy, Aries, the main story of what's happening with you in the month of July. After that, we're going to be hopping over to your supporting details, futuristic energy, right here on the side. Now, Aries, as you can tell, especially if you've been watching me for a second, my setup is a little bit different this month, only because I'm kind of in the middle of a move, so it looks a little bit differently, but the energy and cards are still the same, and we're going to see what the message is for you this month. I'm also late with you guys. Aries, what's going on? We're a couple of days late, but it's been kind of hectic. We had the not the new moon, but the eclipse, solar eclipse, July 2nd, and it was a new moon in Cancer. So that was, it was a lot going on there. I think it also affected you guys too, so I'm sure you felt it. But let's hop right in. Crowning your reading, Aries, we got the Ten of Cups clarified by the Sun card, and all I could kind of hear is, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team. We made it. I don't know. That's what I get when I see this card, like some Drake songs of celebration. Ten of Cups with the Sun card, like there's nothing but congratulations that I can say. It's nothing but great energy. It's nothing but just reveling in some good energy, like good things coming to you. Ten of Cups, talking about emotional fulfillment coming through, right? Like something has arrived. I see their hands up in this picture, and then the little kids dancing around like, yes, finally, I made it. Like, I don't know. It's something about your energy, Aries, that this is just jumping off of the cards. Ten of Cups, right? Just a wish fulfillment. Something that comes through expansion, right? Just abundance, overload of gratitude, overload of thankfulness, overload of gifts from the universe coming in. Something has come to a completion, right? And the completion is that you've graduated from one level to the next. And now it's almost like you are just ecstatic about the upgrade with the Sun energy, right? It's like you guys are just wanting to walk around in the month of July giving people hugs or something. I don't know what's going on, Aries. But for you to start off with this crowning your reading with the Ten of Cups clarified by the Sun energy, it's something that has your spirits kind of high and uplifted, and like you're taking a big deep breath and really just taking it all in. The Sun is optimism, is fertility, right? It's new perspectives coming in, it's high frequencies and higher vibrations, it's lightness, it's playfulness, it's right lightheartedness. Inner child is just excited and jumping around and dancing. Then you got the Ten of Cups here. Everything here is all good energies, all good vibes. Is at the forefront of your mind, right? It's at the top of your reading. And everything else follows those good vibes. All right. So let's see what's happening with the cards. We have the Ace of Wands here clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So there is something that's coming through that is a brand new, passionate beginning, a gift from the universe coming in the area of your passions and everything that you want to pursue in life. And it is falling in the area of what it is that you do for work. Eight of Pentacles, right? What you're focusing on, what you're building, what you're putting your time and energy into for your pentacles, for your financial stability, for your wealth. So there's a new beginning that's happening in the Eight of Pentacles area of your life, right? And you're continually building on these Eight of Pentacles. And now you have this fresh new drive, this fresh new beginning, this fresh new start that comes in and is pushing you into this next chapter. is what it feels like, because you've completed a certain chapter of your life with the 10 of cups. And now it's like you get the rewards for stepping up to this new level, and all this bright, abundant light, just great energy comes in for you. And then it's this new push, this brand new beginning that's also coming in with that. And it is inside of, like I said, the area of your life's work, your life's path, right? Your job, your whatever you do to gain financial abundance. All right, so you're getting a brand new start within that realm. And it has you kind of lit up a little bit. Right? And it's like the universe is like shining the light on you, like, yes, here we go. Pushing forward into this new chapter. All right, then we have the 7 of Pentacles here, and the 8 of Swords. So with all this great energy, with all this like brand new abundance, with this new start, this passionate new beginning, you also, have that 7 of Pentacles energy, which is kind of like what's the word for it? Impatient a little bit. Like you're in a place of waiting a little bit, is what it seems like. Waiting for the next move, or waiting for maybe some things to unfold, right? Because the new chapter, the new cycle is here with this 10 of Cups and this Sun card coming in, and this Ace of Wands, brand new beginning, passionate start in the realm of your finances and work. But you are waiting on something, right? So at the same time, you're at a place where it's kind of like you're waiting for everything to be revealed. You're waiting for everything to unfold. And while you're waiting, you are kind of stressed a little bit in your mind. 8 of Swords energy is talking about kind of like being stuck in your mind, overthinking it, right? Kind of like it's a mental card where you think that something is worse than it is, right? Or you overthink something and you kind of blow it up in your mind a little bit. And this could be within your mind, the place that you're thinking about is just how you're waiting on something to happen, right? Maybe you're waiting on this new beginning to come through, this new start to come through, and you're kind of getting impatient about it because you just want to enjoy it. You know it's here, but maybe you're still having to wait on it, and this is what's kind of like causing you to be like, come on. Like, I want to go enjoy this brand new beginning, but there is a certain sense of kind of waiting a little bit. And this has you kind of overthinking, but it's really all just in your mind. It's just a little bit of impatience is all, because you know what's coming. It's kind of like you feel the great energy, you feel the high vibes, you feel the abundance, you feel the expansiveness into this new world that's coming in, and you have this brand new passionate start. But if it's not taken off right away, then of course you kind of can get stuck in your mind, because it's so much energy that's kind of bottling up inside of you, but you're still having to wait on something. Right now, with this eclipse energy, because everybody has been feeling the eclipse energy different. For you, you have the Tower card clarified by the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Swords. So I do feel like there was something that is kind of ending, coming to a completion in your life, falling away, a certain timeline that's collapsing and no longer can exist in your world, because you are stepping up in frequency. You're stepping up in energy, right? You have an energetic boost that's coming in, pushing you forward into this next phase of life, which is talking about a phase of having emotional abundance, right? Having a relationship, having a family, having a house, having a home, having, connection. This is talking about a loving connection right here with this Sun card anyway. This is almost like the phase you're stepping into, and it's coming because of the hard work that you've done inside of your realm of work, whatever you do for work and how you get finances. You're having a brand new beginning inside of that realm. So it's pushing you into this next phase of life. But what's happening right now is that the older phase of life is falling apart, right? It's collapsing. The timeline is closing out. So with that happening, it is bringing you into a place of rest. It's bringing you into a place of pause with the 4 of Swords here, where you're having to just like sit back, relax a little bit, rejuvenate yourself, right? restore your mind, your body. You know, it's kind of like a pause that's taking place after this collapse is happening. And I don't feel like this tower card for you guys is a real shakeup, only because it's underneath the rest of this energy. So it's kind of just like something that's just closing out, an older cycle that's closing out because you're going into something brand new. But obviously you already know about it because you've been waiting on it. So this is closing out and putting you into a place of pause, into retreat, into just relaxing and kind of rethinking. You could even be reminiscing a little bit about this older cycle that's closing out, and kind of just like looking back like, wow, this is done. This is over with, right? But at the same time, it is putting you into a place where you're almost getting impatient because it's like, okay, I believe in the month of July, you're going to get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm done resting. I'm done pausing. I'm done rejuvenating. I'm ready. Like, let's go. And if it's not moving forward into this next cycle quick enough for you, you will kind of get impatient and kind of get in your head and just get antsy a little bit. Like, what's going on? Let's go. Let's push it. Because you're ready for the push because it's already here for you. But there is a sense of a little bit of waiting before this big breakthrough comes, this new level of abundance and expansiveness comes in. You have to kind of like just wait, because this old cycle has to close all the way out before the new one can come in. So it's just almost like divine timing and having to wait until the wheel of fortune, right? The wheel of destiny opens up the brand new cycle. It doesn't seem like you're going to be waiting for long, though, because you have this ending that's here already. So your impatience, won't be for too long. All right, so moving along, we have the Page of Swords, clarified by the Four of Wands. Page of Swords talks about some type of communication that comes in, right? So somebody could be coming forth. It could be an air sign. It could just be some type of communication that comes in and lets you know something, right? It could be the communication that, okay, now you can stop waiting, and now it's time for you to move forward, and you're starting this brand new cycle, this brand new, start that's coming in your work. So that communication comes in, and then you get into a place of stability, right? Mentally stable. You get back into a place of just being like, okay. And it's also bringing you into that place of stability. Four of Wands energy talks about stability in life, stability. It talks about a relationship, with someone that is kind of like your counterpart, having a stable type of home life. And you just walking through that portal, like I said, this is what is next for you. Like a lot of you Aries that are watching this, what I feel anyway, is that you're moving in to this place of next phase, right? If you're single, I feel like you're walking into this next phase of no longer being single, coming into like relationship, building a home with someone, building a stable foundation, having a family, right? Everything here is screaming that. And the older cycle that you've been in, let's say that was the cycle of kind of being single, is just closing out. And you kind of have the idea that this is happening, which is why you're kind of like waiting on maybe this communication. Maybe some of you guys could be waiting for this communication to come in from an air sign or from just somewhere that's kind of signaling your forward movement into this next phase of stability, right? Connection, stable home, stable foundation. So Aries, it's like your reading's so clear. It's just like, let's go. Let's get into your futuristic energy. King of Wands, we have the Justice card, we have the Seven of Wands, and then we have the Seven of Cups, so 2 sevens. And then plus we have the Seven of Pentacles, so 777 in your reading. You may want to look that one up. King of Wands energy is you, Aries, all right? So you're starting off your futuristic energy in the King of Wands. This is probably how you're coming into this next cycle. You're coming into it hitting the ground running, right? You're coming into it just passionate, fired up, ready to make moves, proactive. You're thinking ahead of the game. You're trying to be 10 steps ahead of the other person or other people. Like you're This is what the King of Wands energy is all about. Like, he passionately pursues what is at hand, his goals. He wants to smash the goals. So you are fired up, and then it's clarified by the Hierophant energy, which with the Hierophant here, it could be talking about either you tapping into like your spirituality, your spiritual side, or you just kind of having a certain type of philosophy for yourself. Like, you're walking into this new cycle, maybe with a strong sense of your purpose and a strong sense of your path and your philosophy in life. Like, you have a certain set of values that you hold true, and you want to fully display them moving forward. You want them to kind of be the core of your actions and your movements and your direction, right? So you're coming from a very strong place of value and philosophy that you've kind of, I feel like you've created this on your own through your own experiences in life, right? Through everything you learned in this older cycle that you've been in, you're moving forward with this new perspective, this new philosophy, new set of eyes. And it's kind of like you're going to have a lot of calculated moves that you're making moving forward, right? You're very meticulous in your movements because you know your philosophy of life, and you have a certain value system. And if it doesn't fit your philosophy, if it doesn't fit inside the rules of your value system, then you won't be making a move in that direction. So I like this energy, Aries. Very calculative, tactical, tactician is how you're moving forward, but passionate at the same time. But the King of Wands is just not like the Knight of Wands that moves forward wildly, very passionately, and just smashes everything in sight. This King of Wands, like I said, is calculated in his strong, passionate moves forward. So this is the person that doesn't just come out swinging for no reason. He's coming out with precision and looking for some knockout blows. So yeah, there's a method to the madness, and you have it. You have the philosophy moving forward. Then we have the Justice card clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So this is talking about some karmic retribution that's coming in, right? Some balance that's coming in, the balancing of the scales, reciprocity with the Six of Pentacles here, talking about equal give and take, right? So whatever you're kind of giving into is kind of going to be given right back into you. This is talking about equality and a certain amount of justice, balancing of the scales that's coming in for you. With this Justice card being major arcana, this says that the universe is kind of like bringing balance into your world when it comes down to reciprocity. So maybe you've been given into something, or maybe you've been in a place where you weren't able to give into something. It's kind of like some type of imbalance is being made balanced out, is bringing a certain amount of structure or balance when it comes down to equal giving and taking. And so with that Justice card being that major arcana energy, is like a karmic retribution coming in, a repayment that's coming in for you, and it's like balancing the scales. Yeah, and I think this could have a lot to do with this new cycle that's coming in for you, because a lot of times before we start a new cycle, there is kind of like karmic rewards that come in after the older cycle has closed out, and you're rewarded for everything that you have given into the older cycle, all the work that you've done. You get rewarded. It's almost like if you play video games, right, and you finish a certain round, it's kind of like they give you these rewards. You level up, you get these new weapons, you get these new gifts, you get whatever it is, these new powers, whatever game it is, to go forward into the next round or the next level. And this is what I feel is happening with you. Before you're stepping into this next level, you're getting rewarded these certain gifts or insights or, right, payments or whatever it could be. But karmically, there's like a balancing that comes in because you did the work and you passed and graduated to this next phase of life. So look out for that coming in, the karmic retribution, before you move into this next phase of life. All right. And this is most likely why there's a pause that's happening in between. Because before you go and level up to the next level in any game, you have a certain level of pause and they debrief you about this next level that you're going in. And you get information and you get upgrades and you get all these different things. And this is why you're having to kind of pause and wait for a second, because the karmic retribution has to be paid out to you before you can go into the next cycle, which makes sense. Seven of Wands energy clarified by the Knight of Wands. So you could be on the defense a little bit. Some of you guys coming into maybe the end of July or walking into your next cycle a little bit. Probably because it's a little bit unknown. So you have a little bit of on guard type of energy going forward. But also the Knight of Wands is here too. So it is still talking about full speed ahead, right? Like Knight of Wands is ready to just go out and smash. But you do, like I said, it's going to be tactical. So you are guarded as you're moving forward, kind of like courageously and taking this total big jump and this leap. You're still on guard. You have your guards up. Like, I'm jumping out into this new cycle. I'm jumping out into this new world, like taking the leap, right? Courageously, but also like I have my eyes open. I have my head on the swivel. I'm on guard. I'm looking around. I'm trying to see what's happening. So that's what I feel like. It's kind of like you're taking calculated risk, right? Like it seems like you're just jumping off the cliff, right? And just jumping into nowhere, but really you have studied that cliff and you study how far the ground is from the cliff and you study how much the air, is blowing around the cliff and the air pressure, and you did all the studying. So to other people, it looks like you're just jumping off of a cliff, but really you've studied and it's a calculated risk for you. And this is kind of how you're moving forward into this new cycle. Ending the reading for you, we have the Seven of Cups energy and then the Wheel of Fortune. So Seven of Cups here, talking about, a certain amount of options that you have, right? Especially with this new shift that's opening up the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Wheel of Destiny has now shifted for you. You're moving totally into this brand new cycle, this brand new phase. And at the same time, because maybe you're at the very beginning, you have so many options to choose from in certain areas of this, right? A lot of things are being presented to you on this brand new journey, on this brand new path. And it's kind of like, okay, which one do I choose? Do I do that, or do I do this? Or do I go in this direction, or do I do this? Or do I stop right here or move right here? And you could be maybe a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of options that you have moving forward. And that's kind of like expected when it's a brand new era starting in your life, right? Everything is brand new. Everything looks good too. Everything is shining, but everything that's shining is not gold. So this is kind of like the only cautionary card that's here for you moving forward is to kind of look through or look beyond the smoke and look beyond the everything that's glittering, that looks gold and looks great. And I think you already know this because you are on guard. So even though you're moving forward and you see that there's so many opportunities and options that are open to you, you're still looking around like, okay, hold on. Wait a second. Let me really check this out. Let me make sure this is this. Let me make sure that's that. And really just filling your surroundings out. Because this is a major shift with this Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana card. And something is really, really opening up. Is a major opportunity, a major opening that's here for you. So you are kind of careful a little bit. And you are maybe going to be slightly overwhelmed by how big this new adventure or cycle of life is. But overall, there's nothing but like great energy here for you, right? Like nothing but great cards. So yeah, congratulations, Aries, in the month of July. Like, let's go. Started from the bottom, now we here. I'm gonna end the reading right there. All right, hopefully that resonated with you. If it did, like always, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys later on this month, Aries.